Clap your hands, everybody. Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah, that's all I'm doing now. Here come the Sixers, which is an incredibly addictive earworm that I first heard about at a Sixers game last, when was it? It was there, October was there with Steve. Sorry, November was there with Steve. Saw the Sixers beat the Cavs. Big shout out to my buddy Brian Seltzer, who we met there. And yeah, it was great. We are not drinking a beer from Philadelphia today, although I long for Yangling to be available in Irish shops. I adore Yangling. It's simple, straightforward, but it hits the spot. But we're not talking about an American beer today because this is drinking Irish. And we are going to be drinking Irish because we want you, I want you, but the world wants you, the people of Ireland want you to go out and support our Irish brewers, to buy Irish beer, to drink Irish beer, and to like Irish beer. So today, I'm going to drink another Irish beer. Today's beer, Boyne Brewhouse American Pale Ale. So there's a bit of an American twang to what we're doing here. Boyne, who, as you might have guessed, are from outside of Drogheda, or whatever way they like to say it, I don't know. The important part is one of my great football memories comes from there. Lovely people, great spot. I like their beer. Let's drink it. And I'll tell you a bit about Drogheda. Had a third straight spice box today, by the way. This one was the Aldi one, so it wasn't veg. Well, there was the tiniest bit of pepper. I mean, like, if the 3 bits of pepper amounted to your standard slice that you'd get when you're chopping up, red pepper, I'd be impressed. Put it that way. It was that tiny. It was fine, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not talking about the quality. I was expecting a lower quality than my local butcher, but it felt a bit tamer, just tame. Like, the chips just weren't the right. They were too thick, chunky chips, and it just wasn't the right buzz. Still got the job done. Nice bit of curry sauce, and I'm not usually curry sauce in my spice bag, but it worked this time, I will admit. So let's have a sniff of this, and I'll tell you about Drogheda. Ooh yeah, we're back to our citrus land. A lot of orange in this, bit of haze. Got a bit of haze going on here, you can see. And so let's have a sip. Well, this is going to need a second. Ooh. Oh yeah. A real bitter orange just rocketing forward up your tongue, like to the front of your mouth there. Like, and it's like, oof, yeah, you know you're drinking this. You do. One thing I gotta say about the body, this beer can go down extremely fast. Like, this is a very easy to drink beer, and that's risky at times because I don't care how weak it is. This one, I could be like bam, 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 bam. I could be like Paddy Losty with this, take the shirt off any man's back. Let's see, we're nice and simple 4.5%, so Paddy Losty strength here, but obviously Paddy be more of a Guinness, don't worry, I know that. Yeah, no, this is a nice one. So I'll tell you a bit about Drogheda. So it was Easter, if I recall correctly, of 2000, and UCD are going for a place in the now defunct Intertoto Cup. It's us and Pats. Technically Shamrock Rovers in the race as well, but they need us to mess up. I think they needed us to draw as well as Pats not winning. I think they actually needed both us to draw or lose, Pats to lose, and them to win. And so and we were going up against the worst team in the league at the time, Drogheda United. And so UCD are not a very well supported team. This was a gorgeous sunny day, and we were all like finishing towards the tail end of first year in UCD. So a few of us get on the bus air and bus up to Drogheda. Tesco French beer provided by my buddy John Craddock. And away we go. Yes, I know, it wasn't craft, sorry. But we get fairly ploughed basically. And we keep drinking in the pub. It turned out they still observed Holy Hour, which was gas. We had to unlock the door to get ourselves out. And then we strolled on up where we kept drinking in what was a fairly empty stadium. But things were not entirely in our hands. We needed Pats to not win, but them losing meant anyone would do for us. But a draw meant we had to win by 5. So, when it got to 3-0, we were hopeful, but it got quiet. The fourth goes in, and we're not sober. We are not sober, and we're going a bit mad. And then the fifth goes in, and John Craddock great friend of mine, one of the people who's the reason I drink this, grabs me, my head goes slamming into the concrete bench that we're on, because it's like bricks there what the benches are made of, you know. But I'm too drunk to really notice how much it hurts. So we continue drinking, great. And 5-0 full time. We're there so long as nothing else happens, and Kieran's got RTE radio on, RTE1, and he just goes, and there's about the players are around at this stage because we've all been celebrating so wildly, and Kieran goes, there's been a goal in Galway. Galway have won, and we all go mental again, and we keep getting drunk because we're students. This is like brilliant. We're so happy, and it's bank holiday the next day anyway. It's Easter Sunday, and so it was late Easter that year, in case you're curious. But everything's going fantastic. We're all brilliant, and we're back to the Montrose Hotel to continue the party, and it's still early enough, like, because you know the game was 3:15, 5 o'clock. We were out of there by 6. We were in the Montrose by 7 at the latest, because we got the team bus back, because we were so drunk they didn't trust us to get the bus air bus back, so they let us all on the team bus. It was great. That we weren't in the best of states, and so anyway, John Craddock decides that he needs to vomit up in one of the fucking urinals. Classy. So I volunteered to walk him home, mainly because I actually knew where his house was and it wasn't that far. Several expulsions of demons later, we eventually get him back, but I'm not that good a guy. So I eventually called up a friend of mine who I knew nearby. And about 11 years later, I told a pretty accurate version of that story with a bit more, you know, elan for myself at the wedding of those two people. So there we go. Huzzah. Me, Drogheda, Boyne Brewhouse. This is a great beer. It goes down a little too easy. Flavor is quite gentle though, so I'm not pairing this with anything. I'm having it standalone. It's a solid summer beer in its own right, but I think it works. Like APAs to me are great, reliable summer beers anyway. But you can see here, like this video is only so long and I'm already most of the way through it. So yeah, great beer, worth drinking. Another good Irish brewery to support. And please, all of you, keep drinking Irish. Until next time, which is tomorrow, Sláinte.